plus or minus on anything is takeaway dice, added dice. That's all it is. It's less
Okay.
math, which is lovely.
Greetings, everybody. We are live.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa. You can be seen. You can be heard.
Wait. There's
long as you're not
people
muted.
watching?
Well, hopefully. I don't really know because I don't have that up. We're just doing this. So, if there's people watching, hello. If there's not, hello. So we are here. It's session 1 of Alien Avariya-The Abasence. An Alien TTRPG. I'm not sure what edition this is.
This is the OG edition.
OG edition?
The Free League role-playing game, part 1. I think they've got an advanced edition now, but...
I think so, yeah. What's echoey, Nutty? Be more specific. We can't have just you saying echoey. We need to know what is echoey. Who is echoey? What is echoing?
Am I echoing?
But DMing's not helping. You need to tell me.
Sounds good to me.
I don't hear any echo, so you need to be more specific. Who specifically is echoing?
Check 1, check 2.
Is it me?
No one should be echoing because it's all coming through.
It's that special echo effect I've put on.
I think it was Dill's that's Dill's fan. Can't help it.
That's my computer fan.
It's cool. It just sounds like the inside of a ship.
It's not static.
Yeah.
It's just a fan.
Yeah, it's just,
There should be no echo because it's all independent audio. So
my terrible audio quality.
I bet you it was Nutty having weird shit on her computer probably. She probably had to stream up twice. But anywho, I'm going to, or before we turn it over to the storyteller Baz, we're going to get the 4 players to introduce themselves and just not introduce your character at this point, just introduce yourselves and the name of your character, and we'll then turn it over to storyteller and we'll get into the story. So first, I'll go first. Obviously, I'm Evil Doer, it's my channel. We do things and stuff here quite often, mainly D&D and a bit of shooty stuff from time to time. I am playing Marcus Kane, and I am the pilot of this group. We'll go over to Dill next. We'll just go around the cameras as I see them.
I'm Dill Cripple, and I'm playing LaTroy Steely, a colonial marine.
Mr. Grim next, please.
My name's Grim, and I am playing Gavin Lister, Roughneck, which is an engineer type character for those that aren't familiar with the system.
And lastly but not leastly, Drax.
Hi, I'm Drax. I'm playing Logan Tyrone, which is another roughneck, just like Gavin Lister.
Hence the high-vis vest on his character model there on the stream. And lastly but not leastly, we'll turn over to the storyteller. He can introduce himself and we can get into the story.
Hi, I'm Bez, and I'm going to be your mother. That's it. Right. So, to quote one of my favorite lines from Ash and Alien, I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. We find ourselves at a place called John Eve Station, where it hangs in the black like a rusted old lantern. Tired, overworked, and underfunding, its rotating habitation ring turns slowly around. You are seeing the whole structure, all of you spotting as you move towards the cargo hold, the taxi area. The whole structure's, the lights flicker here and there. It's holding itself together, terribly rusted rivets in places. John Eve Station has not been looked after. As you all move towards the Avariya taxi landing pad, you can see cargo drones drifting past the windows. The engines, this is inside the building, the engines are whining like a drone does, hauling small crates and large crates stamped with different company icons, specifically obvious the Weyland-Yutani icons. You will find yourselves standing in the transit wing, waiting for boarding clearance. A flickering panel displays your shuttle, and it says Avaria, Interstellar Taxi, Wayuu certified. Destination, Rias Station, LV619, Razdar. Estimated transit, 4 months. Cryo required. The Avaria itself is visible through the docking glass. It's a small, ugly, functional vessel. The scuffed hull plating, patchwork repairs are fairly obvious. It has a single docking umbilical attached to its rear airlock, and it looks like it's done this run 1,000 times, if not this run, many runs. And possibly looking at it, it might have hated every one of them. The pilot is already aboard, as standard procedure. He's running pre-flight checks, logging cargo, and prepping the cryo sequence. Marcus Kane, would you like to introduce and describe yourself?
As I said before, I'm Evildoer. I'm playing Marcus Kane. Marcus Kane is a older gentleman, probably mid to late 40s, if creeping towards his 50s. About 5'9", 5'10", relatively muscular, but not like, you can see he's got a bit of a pot belly. He's seen service. You see scarring, burn scars, and other scarring covering the most of the right of his face. And he has a prosthetic limb, his right arm, he wears short sleeve t-shirt. Still wears military garb, even though he's no longer in service. He still wears the military style cargo pants, boots, and the military green t-shirt. Wayuu logo on the sleeve, as he's still a Weyland-Yutani employee as a pilot of this vessel. Short, cropped, sandy blonde, brownish hair, green eyes, and just he has this almost permanent scowl on his face. He's focused, doing his job. You muted, sir.
That I am. Now I'm not. And Marcus, as you look out the umbilical, the doorway into the hatch, or the station at least, you can see the android that awaits for boarding the passengers. The android stands clear and obvious. White outer features, I think you see it on your main splash picture there. White outer features with black and more carbon sort of under features, not made to look like a person at all, holding a glowing data pad. It approaches the passengers, or at least the waiting passengers, and moves up to the first one of the group at the doorway. It looks at first character in line. Who do we have there? It is Roughneck Gavin Lister. It looks at you and it says, "All right, folks, blood screening has been confirmed and you are in good health." And he checks Gavin off the list. Gavin, can you introduce your character and give us a bit of a descriptive of what he looks like as he boards the Avaria?
So Gavin Lister is a man who's in his late 30s, early 40s. He looks very disinterested. He's got like dark, messy hair and like a untidy beard with like a lot of stubble. His clothes look filthy. They've been cleaned, but there's just stains that just will not get off. He's got like this tatty looking leather jacket. Just looks like a man who's given up on appearance or society in general. He just sort of stands there. He's like, "Yep, perfect health, me." And he like sort of sucks his gut in a little bit. He's got a little pot belly. He's like, "Yep, all good to go."
And the android says, "Excellent. Check. And do you have anything on your person that you'd like to declare that we have to put away in the locker? Or is it all going to the cryo locker with you?"
No, I think we're all good. He just sort of checks his pockets like, no, all good. I would check that Logan bloke. He is shady as fuck.
Noted. I've sent a message to the pilot. All goods will be checked on board anyway. Only certain things can be taken into the cryo storage space.
A cavity search might be necessary.
Excellent to see family members traveling together. You may board.
Right.
And with that, he asks you to move on board. Next in line is LaTroy Steely, and he says, Bloods checked. Health checked. You are good to board. LaTroy, if you'd like to describe your character.
LaTroy is roughly, he's probably like 6'1", 6'2". I mean, obviously military, so he's muscular. But unlike your average, like, clean cut, clean shaven Marine, he has a little stubble, hair's a little longer than average. So, but like plaid shirt, long sleeve shirt. He's probably wearing his armor right now. And obviously has a rifle in tow.
The rifle must be stored in the full storage compartments. Check with the pilot, he will let you know. Small goods may only be taken to cryo lockers.
Noted.
You may board.
He just nods and boards.
And next in line is Roughneck Logan T. Rond, was it?
You got the wrong picture, Pim. I have to edit it.
And the droid waves its arm and says, Bloods are good. Any items to declare?
Quite a few, but you have to lock them up good and proper, so make sure nobody can use them.
Affirmative. The pilot will ensure that is done.
Excellent.
And would you like to describe what Logan looks like?
Logan would be, 50s. He's wearing like a suit and tie sort of arrangement, but with a high-vis jacket over the top. And he's wearing jean shorts, which looks completely out of place with the top part of his body. And genitals.
Welcome aboard. Please go in and make yourself comfortable as the pilot readies for flight. The droid then moves over to the shuttle entrance where the umbilical's connected, and he begins the process to stop the umbilical when lastly, a female approaches and says, hold, don't go just yet, Avaria. And the droid turns around and he says, Officer Nessa, you will be making the trip with us today. And she says, yes. And he pulls up his data pad and says, last minute entry, I see. She says, yes, going back to Razdar. And the droid, check, your bloods are good, check, anything to declare. And she's holding a briefcase, Weyland-Yutani logos on it. She says, just my briefcase and my sidearm. And the droid says, Nessa, you know the rules, you know where they go. I trust you will go and see the pilot. And she nods and moves away into the umbilical, through and into the holding area, with the pilot greeting everyone.
So is this our science officer?
This is your science officer.
The picture that you gave us?
I will indeed. I can bring that up. Let me show players. Boom. Did that work? Anything come up for you fellas?
I have a face hugger. A face hugger too.
She looks like a face hugger.
Try that one.
Well,
There we go.
Okay, there she is.
I got it.
She looks like a face hugger.
Yeah,
No.
you brought up the whole folder, not just the.
Okay,
so
cool.
I got it. We got it sorted.
Excellent. I'll let you control that. I am not
That's
very
good.
savvy.
You just let me know which picture you want me to show, and I'll show it.
Easy. All right. So with that, let's bring up the schematic of the Avaria. So currently you're all if you can see that, all in the airlock chamber to the rear at the top of the panel.
Where the green dot is.
Where the green dot is. This is your chance, pilot, to... You've heard all the names of the attendees, the passengers. You have personnel lockers along the corridor before the main cockpit, and then cryos downstairs and below, and there's lockers down there for smaller items. So any large items would be stored in the personnel lockers, and any small items, because you can't keep anything in cryo with you, which you would know, and you would know to tell them that.
There's no, just as a crew, there's no specific armory for weapons?
No, it's all just personnel lockers. You personally, it's your ship. If you know there's secure cargo containers down in the lower holding bay, depending on the type of items they carry. Personnel lockers more for like clothing, things like that they don't want to have down in their locker area, whereas your secure cargo containers are more for heavy items like weapons, guns, any heavy machinery type equipment. Even the suitcase that Nessa is holding, probably more of a personal locker, not so much a secure cargo.
Welcome aboard the Avaria. I'm the captain here. You follow my orders, we'll get along just fine. Or you can. He sort of nods to LaTroy, seeing the obvious uniform and military attire. However, that needs to be stowed correctly, pointing to your firearm. And has Kane, Marcus Kane, has he met Nessa before?
Yes, so...
this is his taxi.
This is one of his, this is one of his taxi runs. He's definitely used to taking Nessa back and forth. You've seen her in the past, probably I would say 5 to 10, somewhere in between there times. She's a science officer working for Weyland-Yutani, and she trips through to Rice Station and planet Razdar, which is below often.
See you again. Rest of you, personal lockers are there. Stow your personal items. For weapons, any type of weapons, firearms specifically, to be stowed below with the and where I have access, so I know where they are at all times. You will not have access to those weapons without my permission, just so you're aware. If you will, those that have weapons, would you follow me, and we'll stow them now before we set off.
Understandable.
Sweet. So here we're going to get each character, each player, to announce the weapons they stow in the storage or cargo area or personal lockers, and in what they're going to keep with them to take when they go to stasis. Totally up to you. And obviously, if you want to secret something away, we can say it out loud, and the others have to assume they don't know, or you can just message it to me.
You can DM it to Baz. So, what weapons are we declaring and stowing? I mean, your rifle is obvious.
Yep. I'm just gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna stow my rifle and my grenades.
How many grenades do you have?
I have two grenades.
So rifles and grenades would go in the lower cargo hold in the secure containers, and they are fully locked and latched by pilot himself. And you can probably take this from
pilot,
here.
Yeah. Pilot has a data. I'll have a data pad with me, and I'll be logging everything that is stowed, where it's stowed, what it's stowed in. Obviously, there is a master code for locking these storage units, which is all accessible on the tablet. And he won't give those codes to you, but he'll let you know the designation of the crate that your cargo has been stowed in, so that you can ask for access to it at any time.
And I would, just make note of that. Like,
you will notice, however, Marcus does carry a sidearm himself. It's not on his hip, it's on a shoulder holster under his right arm, which is his mechanical arm. So you can see he draws it left-handed. And he's not stowing his weapon, it's remained with him. Thus far, you haven't, that's basically it at this point. He's just going through, checking everyone in, making sure that you've got anything that's too big to go in the personnel lockers will be stored safely and securely. Anybody else have anything to store? What about
Captain
you two
Kane,
blokes?
I have this. And he pulls out his bolt gun. He's like, never really used it as a weapon, although I did do discount ear piercings with it for a while.
I can see you and I are going to get on famously.
Yeah, you have my condolences, by the way. Whatever the fuck you did to run
Beg
this
your pardon?
rust bucket, must have been bad.
I take that back. I don't like you.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You insult my ship. Not a good start. You may be a rust bucket, but she's sturdy and reliable.
Well, it's better than where we were.
Man,
That's for sure. John Eve.
much of a muchness.
Fuck me.
Yeah, she's a pretty run-down old place, but it works. So, bolt gun. And your name was... Lister. Got you.
Yeah, Gavin Lister, sir.
Don't care about your first name. Lister will be fine.
That's... Okay.
And don't call me sir. I work for a fucking living.
Bad habits.
Marcus will be fine. No need to call me captain. Or Mr. Kane, if you prefer. What about you, big man?
I don't have any weapons. My personality sends people running.
No tools, nothing too big to fit in your personal locker.
Oh,
He's
no,
a big
this all
tool,
fit in
sir.
there.
I mean, Marcus, fuck.
This all fit in, including the welding torch. I'm sure that'll fit in there.
I mean, it'll probably fit in your personal locker, but I would feel a little safer if it was securely stored.
Yeah,
But it's
Kane,
flammable.
you know, Marcus Kane knows it's got fuel source that has to go in the secure cargo container, so he is right. And you would know the company, man, when you get under pressure and fuel gets under pressure, if it's not secured properly, there can be an explosion.
So it would be a bit safer in storage, I think. If we need to break it out for any reason, we can do that at any time once we're on our way.
Alright, just make sure it's locked up good and proper. I don't want anyone else using my tools.
I'm pretty sure your tools will be safe with me. And he will give you a designation. It gives you each a designation for your storage lockers. They're stowed in compartments within the cargo bay, a cargo hold area, and they're locked down and locked away.
Nessa puts her suitcase, gives her suitcase to you and says, this would be much more safe in the secure cargo containers, Mr. Kane.
As you wish. And he does the same. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for your sidearm. You know who I am.
Absolutely, and she hands it to you. It's already magazines out, nothing untoward. I'm used to this sort of trip. You seem to have some, and she sort of looks back at the people mulling around. Unruly passengers this run.
I think this one might be all right. He seems like he can follow orders. Isn't that right, soldier?
Indeed.
She takes a look at you and says, soldier, interesting. You fly this way normally?
First time.
You come into work on Avariya-The Station or planet Razdar?
Razdar.
Joining your military company there, are you?
Something like that.
Something like that. Well, I'll have you know, and she sort of addresses you all. I'm an officer of Wayland Yutani. I'm actually Chief Science Officer. So therefore, other than the pilot, I have an important journey, and I need to get there in good time and good stead. So no roustabout, no funny business. Are we understood?
Are we understood, passengers?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And he sort of like tries to like neaten himself up a little bit. He's like, yeah, no trouble from me at all, ma'am. None at all.
I would even go as far to say that this is my vessel, but in the event I am unable to perform my duties, Nessa will be second in charge.
I'm thankful for that, Mr. Kane. Anyway, I'm going to head down, as you get started, I'm going to head down to the galley. I say down, it's on the same floor, but she means down the walkway, and make a coffee before takeoff, if that is all right.
We've got about 30 minutes of prep time left, so feel free to get yourselves ready. Cryostasis won't be entered for at least another couple of hours before we reach outer orbit.
Excellent. And she walks off, full uniform, down the way to make herself a coffee.
The rest of you, make yourselves at home. Just stay out of the lower decks without escort.
Question. Would I have to store my armor, or could I have that in the cryo?
You can put that in personal.
You can't wear it in cryo.
Okay.
You can put it in a personnel locker.
That's what I
Absolutely.
figured.
Absolutely.
Like any
So I do
clothing
that.
and things like you'd be able to put in your personal lockers easily enough.
And with that, the couple of bells and whistles go off, and the umbilical that connects you to John Eve's station retracts. I don't know if you've got a sound effect for a door or something
No,
like that.
I may do actually. Let's have a
Oh, I
look
might be
here.
able to. If I hit the play button, will it work for me?
It'll keep going, so let's have to stop it after this version.
Ah,
Stop and start those ones, so I haven't isolated them. I was going to cut them up and make them single files.
no, that's all good. So with that, the airlock chamber closes. And moving through the chamber, you guys see a couple of EVA suits. There's enough for, it's probably not pictured so well there, but there's enough for 5, as in 5 passengers, the pilot and 4 passengers, how many this interstellar taxi takes. And moving through, you can see, you would have seen the personnel lockers, or the personal lockers, and the cargo hold where the other storage is. That's where the pilot, Marcus Kane, would have been down to take your other gears. And at this stage, you're all allowed on top deck, no hassles at all. You only get taken to bottom deck when it comes time for stasis. Once again, not pictured in there, there's a couple of side seats, and then there's sort of a micro galley, as it's labelled, for making drinks and food before takeoff.
Marcus will lead them to whatever they're going to do at this point and head back to the cockpit and finish his pre-flight checks.
I will say, I'll give you guys a few minutes for passenger mingling and chit-chatting while the pre-flight checks are done, so feel free to character engage.
And while Marcus is doing that, Evil's going to go pee.
Nessa's making herself a coffee in the galley.
Lister will go to the galley. He's still like sort of trying to tidy himself up as much as he can. He's like, Nessa, was it?
That's right.
You've done this trip a lot then?
A few times, 5 or 6, maybe 7 now.
Station or planet, your destination ultimately?
Station, but we have a science team on the planet, and they send planet samples. It's a new colony down on planet Razdar, and they send up samples from the caves and things like that, and we study them.
Right. Well, me and Mr. Ron station on the station. That's a weird thing to say. So I guess, I'll probably see you around up there.
Well, you probably will. What's your plan for the station? Are you working there?
Yeah, and engineers, there's always things to fix and things that break and then have to be fixed again.
Oh, well, you'll be pleasantly surprised as Raya Station is fairly new. And I say fairly new within the last 5 to 10. But it's good to see, and she looks over at Logan as well and says, 2 roughnecks on their way to help out. Extremely new technology over there.
Yeah, well, Logan's not exactly new in any sense of the word, but I'm sure we'll fit in somehow. And he grabs this like sort of rusty old spoon out of his pocket, and he starts making a cup of tea with his own personal spoon.
Oh, are you sure that's hygienic there?
Look, everywhere I go, I carry this. It's my lucky spoon. It's hard to find a good spoon. You know, some spoons are too big, some spoons are too small. This one's just right. I know it looks a little bit rough, but I washed it pretty recently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, what was your name, sir?
Lister, Gavin Lister.
Mr. Lister, I recommend you keep that spoon out of this area. It doesn't look hygienic whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. And he sort of grabs the bottom of his jacket and he sort of rubs it a bit.
She steps out after making her coffee past you and past Logan and says, just leans to Logan and says, you might want to keep an eye on your worker. He doesn't seem very hygienic.
And Logan leans back and whispers, he's never washed it, and he uses it to measure other things than edibles as well.
Yes, and what about the spoon?
Yes, the spoon.
As she walks out.
He's like, fuck, shouldn't have shown her the spoon. Fuck. Ah, shit. And he just goes about making... He's fucked up. He's got to do better next time.
Dill, what is Steely LaTroy doing during this exchange?
He's honestly probably just...
Sorry, LaTroy's doing.
He's probably burying himself in the locker, like not literally, but like putting his armor in there, like he's undoing it, you know, and just making sure it's squared away. Kind of just avoiding people in a sense.
Excellent. You've got every single one of you has like a small personal item you keep with you at all times, and and you don't have to announce it or whatever, just recall what those are. Those are the sort of items that you can take to the stasis bay, but the only things in the stasis pods, and any of you who've had cryo before would know it's pretty much the old, you know, if you remember the Alien original movie, the cult classic, the greatest one of all time, by the way, it's just the old little white undies, you know, and a little, if you're a girl, a little white bra, and it's pretty much it. I think some of them had necklaces on, and that was roughly it. In stasis, you can't really have much else. But yeah, just you are allowed to retain those little handheld, tiny wee items. And LaTroy, Mr. Steely, is checking his gears into the locker. Logan, you find yourself where? Are you personal lockers or galley after that exchange?
After that exchange, we're in the galley, sort of, and as she left, to be checking her ass out too.
It's cracking. She's a very fit officer.
Oh, we'll be looking.
She's plain pretty, as you probably see in her picture.
It's enough.
Dysfunctional.
All right. If any other exchanges, otherwise we can move into the outer ring, take off or what have you. Excellent.
By this time, Marcus would have announced over the intercom, please take a seat, belt yourselves in, we're ready for takeoff.
And so everyone, there's a fold down seat opposite the personnel lockers. People can sit in the cockpit. There's 2 chairs in there as well if you
No, they can't.
In that case, the pilot states, no, they can't. But opposite the personnel lockers.
I mean, he would, I suppose he'd probably allow, what's her name, Nessa? He'd probably,
yes, yep.
He'd probably allow her in the cockpit, and maybe LaTroy if he wanted to, but that'd be about it.
That would make sense. Nessa would. She would take the secondary seat by the navigational area for the takeoff. And the rest of you, Mr. Steely, LaTroy Steely, are you wanting to sit in the cockpit, or would you sit across from the lockers on the Logan seats?
If there was room, I would sit in the cockpit.
Yep, there's a fold-down seat in the cockpit, just on the opposite side of the. You can see the double seats there. That's it. And the rest of the seats are fold-downs. It's just how do I pin and hold?
Yep,
there we go.
Press and hold.
There. You can see along the space. They're all fold-down seats. So with that, the rest of you are belted in, clipped up, and with a terrible vibration of engines,
Sound we don't have is taking off ship.
That's okay. I can. But there's some, creaking of metal, what you'd expect, loud noises inside the ship. The cockpit door closes for portions of it, keep pressures where they're supposed to be, but you can hear beeping and a few flashing lights. The old light comes on, seatbelts on, boom, and the ship pulls away from John Eve's station. Roughly 10-15 minutes to get out as far as it needs to be, so it can move up into the outer space areas of the region, and to get into a space where you can get into cryo. I believe it was about 30 minutes, the pilot had said.
30 minutes to an hour. Get into that sort of area, then another hour's prep time to prep stasis chambers and set flight plans and all that garbage.
Excellent. The takeoff is at a steep angle. The ship shudders a fair bit. It creaks and moans under the outside pressures of space. The cool air that is outside tends to breach through to the inside, not because there's holes in the ship, just because it's so cold. And the Avaria is a bit old, it is a bit beat up. Its heating system's like that of a Mora minor. Right, there we go. I was getting there. I knew I was getting, the old Mori minor. It's you turn the heater on and it takes at least 20 minutes to warm up before it starts getting near anywhere, and it's usually just where it's in the cockpit first, and then 5 minutes after that you might feel a bit over where you guys are in the passenger seating, and then it plateaus and it starts to warm up ever so slightly, just to chill off the air. Around the room, LaTroy Steely, you've been on takeoffs before. How's LaTroy feel in this position? You're in the cockpit, you've got a good view.
He's slightly on edge, but it's not necessarily the takeoff. Just the chill again, like feeling the chill again, just kind of getting that, knowing that he's on a ship again.
That cold feeling of home.
Yeah.
What about you, Logan? In the seats out by the personal lockers. Been flying much? Have you been stasis much?
Not really, but he's got overwhelming self-confidence in himself.
That's good. So he's confident about this trip. Has he been interstellar travel much at all?
Well, no, he's been around. He's been a roughneck for a long time.
So he's probably had a bit of back and forth on ships.
He's had a bit of back and forth, yeah.
And last but not least, Gavin Lister, how do you feel in this moment? What's your ship experience?
Gavin's been up and down the place. He's been on long haul trips. This is nothing. He's sitting as far away as he can from Logan. And he looks over to Logan. He's like, I saw you looking, and no amount of interest in science is gonna want her to explore your shriveled up alien thing inside your jeans shorts. I hate to tell you, you're barking up the wrong tree there.
Oh, trust me, she's just checking me out.
There's a lot to check. Seriously.
In the cockpit, Nessa says, and so we've got LaTroy, Nessa, and Marcus all in the cockpit. Nessa says, I think the larger roughneck was checking me out.
What's not to check out? I mean, Female, males. You know how it is.
I mean, if he causes issues, I can help you.
It won't be a problem.
Fair.
Nessa can handle some.
I can. They always seem to want what they can't have when they're paid less.
I would pay to see that, actually, to be fair.
Nonetheless, he has a fine smile. Let's see what he can do when they get to the station. See how good of a roughneck he can be.
Certainly oozes confidence.
Ooze. That is not a good word.
He's kind of an oozy kind of guy.
I mean, it describes his body well.
It's fair. I got nothing for that.
Where were you stationed?
Where was I stationed? Well,
Well, you're obviously still in the service.
I had issues on my last trip.
And we all. He holds up his right arm.
With this conversation going on, pilot, I'd like you to make a piloting roll. So that is your agility and piloting.
Good, because I got lots of dice on that.
And no stress required because you do this all the time.
That would be 2 successes. 2 sixes.
2 successes, excellent. Piloting's not an issue for you. You do this all the time. It's a clean run. You've gotten to the outer regions, the vessel's plateaued, and the Avaria, you're used to it. It listens to your beck and call.
I mean, she's a beast, but she's a good beast.
Yeah, she's had some repairs, and you could do with the extra cash. That's why you're doing these extra runs out to Raya Station and Planet Razdar. You know, it's a good pay. It's good. Maybe not quite as good as when you're in the Marines, but it's a good pay, especially when you're taking these extra trips and you put all that effort into piloting, which is obvious. Nessa even taps you on the shoulder and she says, I'm pretty sure that was a smoother run than last time.
It's better every time. Getting used to this run. Been doing it frequently lately.
Good. Well, I think I shall go down towards the stasis bay and start putting my small items in the locker there and prep my wardrobe.
Very good. If you wouldn't mind, I mean, I know you are capable. If you might start the pre-stasis checks, I'll be down once I set course to get it all underway.
I can do that. I am the only female here after all, and it'd be nice to change away from... And she looks out the little viewport from the cockpit door to Logan. She's from prying eyes.
I'll make sure they stay up here until I'm ready.
Though, a little harmless tease, just for fun, to piss him off, maybe. And she exits the main cockpit deck and just sort of saunters past the 2 roughnecks, just a little extra swagger as she goes, oh, this isn't the way down, and she moves back to the stairwell down and moves down the stairwell, turning around just so the specifically Logan can see the goods as she moves down the stairwell.
So, the Troy, was it? What's your rank, son? You can see it on your armor.
if you were looking closely, but I'm just going to tell you this, you also...
Too closely.
Okay. Well, if you notice that I don't have a rank, you'd also notice that I don't have a patch for a company.
Does he say that though?
Oh no, I'm private.
You look a little seasoned to still be a private.
Like I said, there were issues.
Not following orders, perhaps?
I drifted.
Oh. You're him. That guy. Heard about you. How long were you stuck out there before they found you?
think they said it was like 15 or 20 years.
Long time. Could have been worse.
That's true.
You going back? Like you re-upped and you heading to Razdar to rejoin the unit?
That and looking for someone, so.
As you can see, my last time out was less than fortunate. But I survived. I mean, this is all I could get, unfortunately. But it pays. These extra runs certainly pay well. No funny business on my ship, right?
Trust me, I don't want that again.
I shouldn't expect anything from you. What's that fat guy? Don't like him.
I don't like him much either.
I mean, roughnecks, roughnecks.
Will he fit in the stasis?
We'll make him fit. But, I mean, it's good to have a couple on board just in case. The old girl's getting a bit long in the tooth, but, I mean, she's pretty reliable.
I mean,
There's
I've seen
moments.
worse.
Oh, I've seen worse. I flew worse in my service days. There's some buckets of shit out there, I'll tell you. Things are improving. Like, the way you is coming up with better options, but they save all the good shit for, you know, science,
Yeah.
big wigs. But it is what it is. Anyway,
We both know how that goes.
give me a few moments. I need to set course for Razdar and I'll head down and start setting up stasis.
The audible beeps of stasis been switched on. As you're in the cockpit talking, you know that Nessa has actually done what you've requested or asked her, for a bit of help. She's been down there and she starts switching on. You hear boop. There's no audible mother on this ship. Actually, that's a good point, pilot.
Yes.
There is an onboard computer, and when you can talk to it, it types back to you on the screen. It doesn't audibly talk. What is the name of your onboard computer of the Avaria? You get to name it.
Ava.
Ava, that makes sense. That was real quick too. Did you think about that?
No, it's Avariya, like, it makes sense. The Ava. AVA.
Sweet. And you hear that audible beeps, and on the screen in front of you, it
I
says,
think I might have those.
cryo chambers being prepared, coolant system active. Now that the ship's flattened out, the passengers can unclip their seatbelts and move around the ship for the duration of the time before stasis. From down below the stairs, Nessa calls up. Actually, it's an intercom system. Nessa would use the intercom. She's not a dummy. She's an officer. And she would intercom up to probably, I would assume the intercom for the Avaria would just reach all destinations.
There's a all areas selection on the keypad for intercom, so it'll be up to her. Like, she can come direct to the cockpit, or she can go all areas.
Sweet. She goes to all areas, and you hear the intercom crackle, and she says, Roughnecks, Mr. Rond and Mr. Lister, I have a need of attention here. One of the cryopod's lids is stuck. Could do with a tool or two. Maybe check with Mr. Kane. And also bring me a coffee. I've finished the one I've got. 2 sugars, a small amount of artificial non-fat milk. Right away, please.
And there is intercom panels in all areas, so you'd have access as well. Roughnecks.
Logan's like, I'll go help her. You make her a coffee. Don't use the spoon.
Fuck. Yeah, all right.
At this point, Marcus will get up and just sort of grabs Latour on the shoulder as he walks past him out of the cockpit and say, well, what are you waiting for? Get to it. As he walks through to the Roughnecks.
Oh, fucking I'm going to be off for the run.
Walking past him going into the galley, he just kind of laughed to himself like, I hate to be that guy.
No. Seeing Ron disappear down the stairs, I'd actually get on the intercom and say, tools are in the cabinets just on the east side of the stasis pod.
Sweet. So, Logan, you're first down the stairs.
Yep.
The stasis pod, and I'm going to ping it. So the cabinet he's talking about, I think, is here. Stasis pod is here. That is jammed. And Nessa, she has a robe on, but she's already derobed, and she's in a standard Avaria labeled, Weyland-Yutani label on the back, white robe. It's much like what you'd see at a hotel. And she says, this pod is locked shut. It won't open with the others. Grab one of those tool thingies. I think it's a wrench. I can see something on the hinge here is a bit jammed. And maybe there's some sort of lubricant. And she deliberately says it that way.
You go and grab a wrench out of the cabinet and look for some lubricant. And
it's bound to be a reasonable stock of tools.
I would think with the amount of repairs, it's definitely got a few. And I would get Logan to
WD-40, adjustable wrenches, duct tape.
It's WY400.
just reaches under one of his sweat rolls and just reaches under one of his rolls to pull out some lubricant.
Oh, that's great. Okay, you're going to give me a strength heavy machinery roll as you try and fix this pod.
All right, what do I do?
So your strength amount of dice, and your heavy machinery amount of dice, and you roll all those together, how many that adds to. And you're just looking for sixes, or if you're using alien dice, the Posi stars.
Got 1 6 from 5 dice.
That's all you need, because 1 6 is 1 success. So just for reminder, successes is 6s, failures is 1s, and everything else doesn't count. But the 1 success is all you need on any roll. The more successes you have allows you to do like spectacular stunts or critical hits or what have you. And I think we linked the PDFs, but I can bring them up. But every ability bar 1 or 2 has like stunts related to it that you can choose from. So in this case, a heavy machinery roll, if you'd have rolled a few extra 6s or posies, then you'd be able to choose a stunt. Some of them is to save for later, some of them are used right away. Some of it can be just descriptive as you being awesome.
Yes, so for heavy machinery, for every extra 6 rolled beyond the first, choose 1 stunt applicable to the situation. So you can like gain a +1 modification to a later roll, or you don't need to roll over the overcome the exact same time challenge. There's a few bits and pieces.
Yep.
So, and it goes both ways, failures as well. So
absolutely. So with that, we've got easily fixed cryopod. You actually showed your skill. Tell us, with that success, how did you fix the cryopod? Give us some description there, Logan.
He'd grab a bit of armpit sweat and then grab a tin of something out of the can, out of the closet, and a wrench, and he'd go and he'd make it look like he's spraying it onto his hand, and then he'd wipe it on the thing and then wrench it off, and it'll come off perfectly.
As it loosens the pod lid, and the pod lid, you hear that as the lid opens up, and Nessa, it looks absolutely surprised, stunned. She's like, wow, I did not expect it to be that easy. You obviously are good at your job, Logan. Oh, sorry, Mr. Rond.
I'm gonna
hard experience.
Latroy's gonna nudge Kane. Just make sure I don't get that one.
not there, dude. We haven't gone down there yet.
Oh, we're still upstairs.
Yeah, we're still upstairs.
She looks to you and she says, Mr. Rond, as unorthodox as that was, I am impressed. Where's my coffee?
Oh, my young fellow is coming to do it. I specifically told him not to use the spoon.
Ah, good. Just a question too, Drax. Roughly what age is Logan?
I'd say late 40s, maybe 50s, mid 50s.
Okay, cool. And what, Grim, what age is Gavin?
I'd say 38.
Around the 30s. Okay, 38, that's up there too. She looks, give or take, around mid 30s as well. And she says to Logan, I hope he doesn't use that spoon. Is he your apprentice?
Yeah, he looks up to me. Definitely looks up to me. He's a hard worker, thinks the world of me.
And he's a qualified technician.
Oh, yeah.
Are you both working for Wayu or another company?
We'll just work for who we need to whenever we need to, because I can't remember.
Okay. There's a bunch of different companies, but Wayland Yutani owns Rice Station. Well, if he doesn't hurry with my coffee, I'm going to have to put in a recommendation that he be demoted. That's up to you, Gavin. You can come down whenever you're ready.
Demotion, that sounds like a good time. Here you go, ma'am. And he hands her a coffee that looks like you could chew it.
Is it deliberately?
That's just how he makes coffee. It's just more coffee. It's like a soup.
Okay, so I'm going to roll it.
That's why he drinks tea.
I'm gonna roll a survival check for it. More of a wits observation, probably.
Killed the science officer with bad coffee.
Oh no. No successes, but no failures. She rolls her eyes and goes. She takes a sip and went, "This is disgusting. Do it again."
It's not going to get better the second time.
Well, if you'd listened, I said 2 coffees, 2 sugars. Actually, I don't know what I said. I'm just making it up. But she says, I said 2 coffees, 2 sugars, and a little bit of the false non-fat milk.
It's all right. I've got you, Nessa.
Imbecile. I will recommend you get less shares.
Marcus comes down the stairs with a coffee for himself and for Nessa, knowing what walking past and seeing what slop that was being made in the galley.
Oh goodness. She takes the other coffee, hands you the chunk of Play-Doh, and sips that and says,
Marcus puts it in the tool locker because you might make some good solvent
grease. She takes a sip of the fresh one, and I'm gonna just, since I roll for one, I'll roll for the other. Oh, no successes there either. She sips it and goes, well, at least it's drinkable. Right. I'm ready. I will leave the room so you may all get into your cryo outfits. And she heads back upstairs with her coffee to the fold-down table outside the micro galley, leaving the males in the stasis bay.
So Marcus will get him he'll just strip off and do what he needs to do down there. He's been in the military, he's got no pride. Well, not that he's got no pride, he's got no shame, should I say. The lowest pod down the bottom is the one that he always uses. And it has a lockbox in the base of it where he can lock away his cider. And he has the key on the chain down his head.
Sweet.
Along with a pulse rifle round.
A single pulse rifle round.
Single pulse rifle round.
So this area here that I'm pinging now, opposite the stairs on the bottom, that's the stasis lockers. And those are keyed to each pod. So those of you who are going in pods, which is everyone, you all end up using one of these stasis lockers, except for you, who you use your locker that's built in. All good.
He
I'm
wouldn't
I'm
put the
just
side
gonna-
arm in until everyone else is in their pods too. Like it doesn't come off him until everyone else is ready in their pods, and then he sets himself up last.
Correct. You're always last. That's right. You've got to make sure it's all under control. So
I'm just gonna nudge the roughneck. Forget his name. Jax's character.
oh yeah, Logan.
Logan. I'm just gonna nudge Logan, and you fixed it. You use it, right? Since you're so confident in your work.
I'm confident that anyone will be able to use it and be very happy with it.
Well, then you should be happy using it yourself.
Of course, no problems whatsoever.
So we'll be saying that Pilot Marcus Kane is this pod, Logan is this pod, and Nessa will take the center pod. She already has her couple of bits and pieces just sitting in it. You can see like the another piece of robe and the eye coverings. So there's 2 pods left.
You can take the pod next to the captain. I know how you soldiers get.
Fair enough.
What are you trying to say there, Lister?
If you don't know, Captain, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, don't be surprised if your pod acts up during the trip.
I give the captain a wink.
And there it is.
Joking, of course.
A little bit of homoerotic tension. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, you are traveling with your daddy, right?
If that's how you feel about him, then by all
Who's
means.
your daddy and what does he do? Right,
He just-
let's get yourselves in the pods. Let's get organized.
Logan would strip off, and out of his pocket he pulled out a small picture and a small roll of duct tape, and on the outside of the capsule he'd duct tape it so that he can see it from the inside. And then he'd get into his thing to get into the pod.
Can they see what the picture is or not?
Oh no, he placed it face down so it's pointing straight at him, so he can
Oh, you're
look out the
looking at
window.
the picture.
So he can look at it.
Oh, good stuff.
Makes
Okay.
all sorts.
With that, the monitor, there's a monitor in room on the wall here and on the wall here. The monitor lightens up and it cryo pods ready. Stasis liquid in place.
Right, everybody, into your pods. Get this show on the road.
Nessa comes down once everyone's ready, moves into her pod, puts the eye covering on, and waits for the captain to hit the button to close the pod for her.
Which he does so. And he would then double check as the pod closes, make sure it's secure. As she goes into cryo, double check vitals, make sure it's all operational, all in the green.
Around the table, is there anything anyone wants to do before going into cryo? Last chances. So we'll start with LaTroy Steely. Anything you'd like to do?
No, I don't think so. He'd just be wait. I think he'd wait to go last, especially being next to the captain. He'd wait to be the last one that he helps with.
Sweet as. Over to Gavin Lister. Anything Gavin wants to do before?
Gavin will go into his after Logan. He's like, "You're gonna have to suck it in a bit, sir. Just you've done this before, right?"
Of course.
Yeah.
Always perfect.
That creaking sound is not promising. Do you want me to shut the?
I got it. It's automatic. You should know that.
Automatic will only do so much, Captain.
Marcus is fine. Please.
Yeah.
I was a captain, but I'm not a captain anymore.
Logan thinks it's probably the ship box, but he thinks better of saying it. The creaking.
Probably not wrong.
Just before Gavin gets into his pod in his underwear that looks about the same as his clothes, you can see the spoon is tucked into the band off to the side.
I hope there's nothing magnetic in there. Cause a few problems.
And he'll get in the pod.
Must be ceramic.
And as they go, each one gets in. Marcus would set up the capsule to close, double check everything, make sure vitals are all underway. As per his job.
Excellent. And last but not least, who have I got left? Oh yes, Logan. Is there anything Logan wants to do before he heads into the pod?
Well, Logan will be looking out his little window if he has one as Nessa's walking past, just past his photo. But after that, he'd just be looking at the photo.
Nessa would walk past. She would come down. I think she was one of the first to enter pods, but she would have walked past for sure.
I think we all would have been checking her out, to be fair.
Yeah, well, when you see the Alien movies and they're all in their little white undies, it's exactly. Not. There's nothing left to the imagination, really. No. And with that, you've shut down the pods of the passengers. Pilot, you may go back to the cockpit and do what you need to do before leaving.
Everything in the cockpit's been done. You'll go to the console here in the stasis room, stasis bay, and do the last minute checks on all the stasis pods, make sure that everything's in the green, before instructing Ava to ready his pod once he gets in.
So you know that it's roughly a 4-month cryo trip, and you set it all into the flight system. Just give me another piloting roll. That would be lovely.
I'm a good pilot, Raging. Oh, loads of successes.
That's cool.
4.
All right, so you can either use your stunts or give me a super description of what you're doing. No one's seeing it, but you're doing something amazing with the Avaria.
No, it'd be just it's just become a habit for him. He's been doing all these extra runs, so the setup now is it's almost blind. He just runs his hands over the keyboard, just without even really thinking about it. Sets everything up, double checks, and probably the quickest he's done it, and the time he's been doing these runs. It's become so much of a habit now.
I would say mark a single success you can use at a later stage this game.
I'll do that.
So with that many successes. And with that, you hit the go-go button and the ship starts, you hear the engines as they start to move into, I wouldn't say hyperspeed, but at least motion and autopilot as you head to the stasis bay, because it's a long 4 months if you want to stay awake the whole time. Nonetheless, you guys are off. Those of you in the cryopods now, you hear the creaking around you, but it's audibly different than being outside. It's almost like when you lay in the bath and you put your ears under the water and it's that submarine-y sort of sound. Your ears pop. I guess if you've been in an airplane, you get that sort of pop feeling of pressure on your head for a little bit, and then the chambers start filling with liquid. For those of you who have been inside the stasis pods before, it's a gel almost. As it moves up around you, it's cool, but not cold. It doesn't make you cold in any way, shape, or form. As it fills the pod, and then once the ice is over, everything goes black. When you breathe it in, it's just like breathing thick air. You all go into a dream state. REM sleep is different. It's almost like a continuous 4 months of dreaming. Pilot, Marcus Kane. You suddenly feel cold. A shudder. The whole ship shakes. You feel the draining around you of the cryo liquid, and your pod unlocks. There's alarms going off, and you can hear the clicking of the computer. The rest of you are all still in cryopods. Your cryos have not opened. This is all for a pilot alone, so you can mute yourselves and I can give you a thumbs up or deafen yourselves or whatever you want to do. Otherwise, you can listen and ignore what is going on right now. Marcus, the ship has woken you and you alone. Emergency amber lights are flickering across the stasis bay. It's pitch black, then amber, then pitch black, then amber. The ship hummers. You know when you know your vehicle and you can hear that engine hum. It's really quiet. It's not in boost. It's not autopiloting. It's just on, off. The engines sound like they're starving, and all the lighting remains dim. Even now that you're sitting up in your pod, the air feels very, very thin. Then there's a sudden shudder. The whole ship shakes again violently as you grasp the edge of the pod. The alarms continue. What do you do?
Be straight up to the closest console to try and figure out what's going on, and start typing into Ava. Source of disturbance. Please report.
As you move up to the console, you can see the sequence: awaken pilot, multiple impacts detected, navigation anomaly.
With that, he'd just go to the locker, grab his pants, he'd grab his gun, not worry about a shoot or anything, or boots. He'd go straight up to the cockpit.
Okay, going up to the cockpit, you have you move up the stairwell, it's the emergency lights are on, it's all the amber flashing lights going on, off. You can silence the alarms. It's annoying to you. If you wish, you can silence them, but you have the shuddering of the ship, like it's lost its, the navigation. It always has auto stabilizing. It's almost like it's lost that stabilizing. I'm gonna DM something through to you, and then continue description. You look at the main cockpit panel on the main deck. And while you read that, I'll go to the next piece.
No problem.
You hear some more beeping as you read. The other cryopods begin their destasising. There's a deep metallic groan throughout the Avaria, some stress on the panels. All of you in the cryopods, as they're draining, you hear this scraping noise as if something's ripping across the hull. There is... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just in a brief moment, he's sort of reading through this information. He will go back through the incident logs and just try and figure out where course correction was made.
Okay, I'll say give me a Comtech. Well, what's Comtech? And I'll come back to you shortly. The rest of you, you're... One by one, the cryopods begin to unlock and drain. You all feel cool, but you can feel something off. The lights are flashing. Amber, black, amber, black, amber, black. You are moving oddly in the ship as it wobbles side to side. Now as the cryopods are open and you either laying there or beginning to sit up, whichever you're doing, you can smell...
I've shut down the alarms and the flashing lights too.
Oh, the flashing lights. Okay, so just emergency lighting now, just dim light. You're awake to the hum of a ship that does not sound healthy, and you all feel a bit off, a bit. It's colder than it should be, and it doesn't seem right. anytime you've been in stasis before, when you wake up, there's a greeting. There's usually lights that come on evenly. This is very, very dim. And I can leave it to all of you now.
Just as a retcon, any kind of stasis sickness coming out of stasis?
Yes, there will be some sort of stasis sickness. Those of you who do it more often suffer less of it. But yes, usually it's just it's a hunger and a little bit of, because you haven't eaten for a long time, just surviving on the liquid that's in you, but also a bit of dizziness, sometimes headaches, and can be minor pains in the stomach.
All right. Yes, I got a success on that roll.
Okay, success on the roll. And you were checking for back through the logs.
Just back through the logs to see if there's a log on the alteration and whether there's a log signature with it.
Okay. Everything in the logs prior to takeoff has been deleted up until this point. The last thing that logged was you setting the cryopods and going to stasis. From the time the passengers entered to now has all been wiped.
The only line that's clear is the course delayed, authorized by pilot or by my ID.
By your ID.
Okay.
I will leave the group to start chatting. I will say first off, Nessa stays in her pod. She does grab a nearby robe that she had hung next to it, and she just pulls it over herself and says, well, Roughnecks, help Marcus find out what's going on. It's dark in here.
That would be Marcus's next. Try and get lights back on, any kind of light, make sure life support's all still good, heating, all that sort of stuff. Literally go through a maintenance check just to make sure all the operations are working.
I will stick with your contact roll for that and say everything is working, but it's all at minimal reserves. It's used. Nion has less than 1% fuel. The air supply is extremely low.
Which would track with what I've read. So.
Yep. Food sources are fine because they're all contained metal cans or sealed units, plastic sealed units, but there'll be some that won't be usable anymore. And you're reading a breach in the lower cargo hold.
Breach in the hull?
A breach in the hull in the lower cargo hold.
I would make sure that area is sealed until we can investigate it further.
Yep, auto seals. The doors auto seal. And so for the rest of you, I can leave it to the players now. You can start doing what you'd like to do as I work on behind the scenes.
What the rest of you would hear is Marcus come over the intercom down to the stasis chamber. Everybody, get yourselves organised. Get up to the cockpit as quickly as possible. We've had a small incident.
Hearing that, LaTroy would, the good old military shoot, shower, and shave, do it as fast as possible, get upstairs, but instead of going straight to the cockpit, he'd go to the personal locker and get his armor.
Logan will take his sweet time doing it. He'd make sure that he got his picture in his duct tape first, though.
Well, that's long gone, though.
All right, so guys, I will move into whereabouts are you all heading to? Just the cockpit area?
I would be going to the lockers.
Oh, you're going to the lockers, yeah, just the cockpit area too, so that's cool.
Okay.
The upstairs locker where your armor was, yep.
Yeah, I'd go do that and then go into the cockpit.
Cool. It takes time, to put all your armor and stuff on if you're wishing to get into it, so you're probably going to spend 10 minutes there.
Okay.
Roughneck Gavin, what's your...
I was muted this entire.
Sorry.
I had you all muted this entire time. Got no idea.
Okay.
Sorry, mate.
Your cryostasis has been interrupted, and you've been ordered to the Basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Come up.
It's very cold and very annoying. And I've just also sent you a DM.
And I can hear myself, which is concerning. Why the fuck can I hear him?
You shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
No.
Let's have a look at your audio settings here. No, you shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
Yeah, but I definitely can.
Let's have a look. Now, that's odd.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
Alright.
I've got a couple of DMs flipping out to you guys now.
Maybe I'll leave and come back. See what happens.
Might pay too. That's an odd thing that's happened. Never had that happen before.
Yeah.
We have a moment while Grim reconnects.
Sweet as.
Lister's stuck in his cryostasis chamber. Can't get out.
This is the last one to open.
Let me out, man. Let me out.
Game over, man. Okay.
Oh, and he's back.
You mean?
We can hear you.
That was weird.
Very weird.
Yeah, I was looking for like a hand gesture, and I'm like, man, this is going on for a long time. And then I saw the others talking, and I'm like, oh fuck. I think I might have pulled it late on that one.
It's my fault. I did a thumbs up, but I did it out of screen. I just realised now. When you said I thought, oh shit, I put my thumbs up, but I didn't look at. I didn't have my cam in front of me. I had my story, so you guys wouldn't have seen it anyway. So it's lucky the others turned on. I will say, Mr. Lister. Gee, Mr. Lister. I don't know why that came into my head. What you have right now, and I've sent you a DM as well, I believe. Let me know if you guys should all have received a DM. If you haven't got it, let me know. I would say, Gavin, Lister, you are the last to get out of your pod, as for whatever reason your pod wasn't opening in a hurry. Not the same pod that was fixed either, but it did open a lot slower, almost like the lid partially open. You were having to push it. The others all went up to see what's going on, but it's cool. It's dim light. There's no alarms, but it's like low hallway lighting, down on the, like low down on the walls, and just dim. Enough to see, to walk around, to know where you're going, but you are the only one in the cryo room at this point in time, and we're going to stay with you. What would you like to do? There has been an order sent out for everyone to come up to the cockpit, but unfortunately, because yours wasn't opening, your pod wasn't opening, you haven't heard that order, so you have free will.
Well, this seems really fucking unfortunate. I knew this was a heap of shit. Never fly with soldiers. Fuck. Where? He looks over to see if Logan's. He's like, oh, maybe they're all dead. Small mercies, I guess. Although I don't know how to fucking pilot this. He checks to make sure he spoons where he left it.
As you are checking to make sure he spooned, Jesus, your spoon is still there. Nessa is standing here by the cargo hold door, and she says, Mr. Lister, are you all right?
Depends on your definition.
Okay, and she'd just come out of the emergency medical locker door here. She was getting changed in a separate space. She's now got her uniform on, and she says, well, we've all been ordered upstairs. Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'll make a green dot for Vanessa at this point.
Probably. I'll get my, clothes on and head up. You can go if you. Everyone's all right.
I think so. I've only really seen the others get out of their pods and head upstairs. And she pulls the medical locker closed, click, and heads upstairs herself. She says, "Don't fuck around down here. Something's going on. Could need some help, and you're a fix-it guy."
Yeah, yep. So before he gets dressed, he's gonna he's stifling a cough as she, and he goes over to the medical locker and he's looking for. He's like, "Fuck, there's got to be something in here."
Sweet. We're gonna hopefully in the next few 6 or 7 episodes that we plan, I'm gonna get this right. So if we're gonna do secret, I'm gonna have to go up in front of my face to tell you when it would come back on. So Mr. Lister, would you like to talk to me secretly, or would you rather DM me? Yes, your choice of what you're doing, or are you happy to talk out loud?
I don't mind if we talk out loud. I'm sure these players.
We know not to meta.
These players are, seasoned enough.
I don't know if anyone's doing secret things or doing bad things or good things. So it's all on you. So you tell me what you're up to. You go to the medical locker.
Yeah, he's looking for anything that's going to make him feel better, because he is well aware he's up shit creek if things continue the way they are.
That is a good point. You find easily enough in the medical locker. You find bandages, the usual suspects. Your standard cuts and sores treatment, or salves and ointments. But there is some, and I don't have the page open in front of me, but there is some nerve calming materials in there, some goods. You can take something like that, would do the trick of what you're after, just to give you, make you feel a little better. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I will look up my details of what that is called, and you can take a pack of those. And you guys can continue to roleplay in the meantime.
Where is everybody? Where's that fucking Lister? We need everybody up here. We all need to be aware of what's happening. I'll get on the intercom. Lister, where the fuck are you? Get your ass up here.
Yeah, he looks for them too. He's like, "Just getting my clothes on. Nobody needs to see this. I'll be up."
Nessa says his pod was stuck. He was last out.
Man, didn't expect his to get stuck, but that's fine. I'll give you guys a quick rundown while waiting for slow coach. Seems we are low on fuel and oxygen. We need to find somewhere to sit down pretty soon.
Okay, sorry. I'll just interrupt you there, sorry. As you're saying that to them, what you've seen down there, Lister, is a pack of hydration, removes dehydration from hypersleep, and a pack of nap relief reduces stress level to 0, which none of you have stress at this current point in time. Those are the two things you would, unless you want a suture kit or something to that respect as well. Personal med kit and a surgical kit in that space.
I think I've got no skill in medical. I think he'd do that thing where he just grabs shit and hopes it'll come in handy.
Okay, so you grab everything I just said?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so you've taken, so make the note of that. So you've got nap relief, hydration, and personal med kit and a surgical kit. All right, sorry, Evil, you can carry on what you were saying to the team.
Just saying that we are dangerously low on fuel. Is anyone injured, firstly? No? Good.
Nessa's like, no, not injured at all.
What about you lot? You all good?
No. Clean and clear.
That's a good point, Pilot. I want everyone to make a roll, and it will be, what do we say? Generally range, mobility, fine. It's not very often. I'm going to say everyone just make a survival roll because you've been in stasis for a while.
Survival.
So everyone make a survival. So what's survival?
What's survival? That'd be a failure on my part.
I got nothing.
Okay, so
I got a 1.
you got a 1. I would like you to add a single stress die to your pool for those. If anyone who fails, so there's no successes at all. If you get no successes, add a stress die to your pool. It's bothersome here.
I got 2 1s.
2 1s? Yep. 1s aren't too bad on those dice. It's on the stress dice that you bet. You got 2, but that's same thing to you. This is stressful. So you're going to get a stress die to add to your pool from now on. So all your rolls are normal. You do them just like normal, but you add a different coloured dice, a stress dice, as an extra. So it could go.
Tick on your stress level.
Yep, one stress level.
On your
How did you go, Latroy?
I had no successes.
No successes, so you'll be in the same boat. You'll be adding a stress die to your pools going forward. And who of us, Gavin? How did you go?
I got 2 successes, 2 6s.
Beauty. So you don't get any stress at all. Probably because you woke up late in the stasis bay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's fine.
You're not as sure as what's going on as everyone else. But pilot Marcus Kane, you definitely have felt that.
Okay, so once Lister does make an appearance, he'd sort of snap at him and go, "Are you hurt? You okay?"
Yeah, fine. Just got stuck for some reason.
Right.
On the open screen, the main cockpit window, the HUD pulls up and you hear the clicking.
Yep.
And it says in bold letters on all the monitors, destination reached, docking required, power low, life support low, please remain calm. And then the ship shudders again.
I'd be looking at the monitor to see obviously making sure, A, what we're docking with. So I'd be looking at the windows to see what we're actually docking with.
Absolutely.
And B, making sure that we can dock. If I have to take manual control, I will.
So the first thing you notice is, according to your star charts and navigation, you are right where you're meant to be.
Okay.
You are at Rise Station, and when you open the shutters to see outside, there it is, Rise Station, and there's a picture there, Evil, with just a portion of the station in the space. If you can add that.
And activate that.
Beauty. That is what you see out your shutters. Those 2 open bays there, here and here, are docking bays for the ships. You've been here before. You know that those are the docking sections. Much like in the picture. That's weird. Raya Station looks old and rusty, and there's a few holes, and it's very dark. There's a few outer lights that you can see there, but they're flickering on and off. And what you now know, all of you, the shuttering of the ship, which is happening again, you can see a bit of space junk floating around this armature of Raya Station. Now, this is just one section of Raya Station. Raya Station is much larger. This is just the docking bay, but you cannot, those of you who haven't been here before can't see it. You will get to see it soon enough. Or you won't.
So
Your choice.
With that, knowing there's a bit of junk around, I think Marcus will take manual control to dock manually, as he probably would anyway.
All right. Do you have any information for the crew? Ness is already sitting in the seat next to you, and she's put on the seatbelts, and she goes, I can use navigation.
Please, rest of you take a seat, strap yourselves in. This might get a little bumpy.
I thought you said it was new. That looks fucked.
This is new. I don't know what is going on. Has there been a war?
Not sure. I mean, we've been asleep for 4 months. I'm not sure what's happening. Take a seat. We'll figure that out later. Let's just get locked and get life support and stuff sorted.
Yeah.
That's first priority.
Right. I'm locked in, logged. So, pilot, you're going to have to make a skill check to manually... I assuming you're manually docking?
Yes.
Okay, let me have a look here. Give me that piloting check.
With a stress die.
With a stress die.
3 successes.
3 successes. So once again,
2
one.
on the stress die, so that's really.
That's okay. Yeah, all that counts on the stress die is the 1. So that's good. 1 success is all you need, but 3 you can pull a stunt if you like. Give us your landing description, man. And it's into the docking bay too. Ooh.
You'd probably come in, not on purpose, but remember Starship Troopers when the jet pilot was like just super close to the edge, on purpose, and then just manages to like narrowly miss it within meters. You get the same warnings coming up, like 10 meters, 8 meters, 9 meters, and he gets within a meter of the edge before just sort of snugging it in and hitting the docking bay with like almost like absolute precision. But anyone else looking on would think, holy fuck, we're gonna hit it.
Latroy's gripping his seat.
Oh, that's good. And with that, you guys all feel the ship, and it's still shuddering because the stability isn't on, but the pilot has got this under control. Marcus Kane is absolutely he's hauling this in, moving into the docking bay. As you know, Marcus, there's more to it.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You can't just drop the ship down. Normally, the umbilical would reach out and you'd be anchored, would be one word, to an umbilical. At this stage, with the docking bay here, you're moving into it because there doesn't seem to be no one's hailing you.
No.
There's no reaching arm. There's no grappling hooks. There's nothing coming to assist. You've done this all alone, and because of that good roll, it's going well. I would say the rest of you seated in where you are.
I think just to retcon that, I think at this point, as he's doing that, he would hail Razdar Station.
Oh yeah, good call.
And be just like, Razdar Station, this is the taxi vessel Avaria, please advise. And just see if you get any response.
Just did radio.
And then shoot a look over at Nessa, knowing she'd probably have not an idea what's going on, but knowing that that's not good.
Yeah, she shoots a similar look back to you and says, Mr. Kane, this is not at all what I expected. Are your star maps right? Have you updated them? Are you sure? Should we restart them, power them off?
Everything's correct. We don't have enough power to restart. We need to be docked and to repower the ship.
We're going to have to send someone out. You've got the ship in here, but I'll have to put on a suit, and I'm not equipped to put the manual docking station together. Oh,
Ron, Lister, you guys, this is your wheelhouse. We're going to need to manually extend the umbilical from outside the ship. Means of EVA. Which one are you suiting up?
He looks over at Logan. He's like, "It's me. Fuck."
Right, you are.
Nessa taps away on the computer. She goes, if you don't mind, Kane, I'll just bring up some schematics. And she taps through a bit and she goes, right, so you guys, I'd say just, if I ping, which one of these would you be aiming at?
Probably the closest one.
The big open one?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Sweet. So you're close to it. You can't land inside because what would happen is an umbilical come out. You'd sort of be sitting around this area.
Yeah.
And this is on screen showing inside here. If you can get someone in there, there's a manual lever for the docking arm and the umbilical, and there's a manual lever just in that space. So getting a person into an EVA suit and going in to activate the manual levers will make things a little easier.
So at this stage, now that we're in the position that we need to be, Marcus will put the Avaria back on autopilot and auto-stabilize.
Cool.
And he would help whoever's going to get into the EVA suit.
And remembering the Avaria disembarks from the rear, so you're almost like backing into the space.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Mr. Lister, tell us what you're doing.
So yeah, we'll go into the back and start getting into the EVA suit. I think
Marcus
he'd
would
go.
go with him and help.
If Marcus was with him, he'd just go straight to the EVA suit.
Sweet. And this is coming that way too. She says, you need to be careful. Docking Bay, I can see there's trash everywhere. If you're going to... Have you got a grappling hook, Marcus?
Does Marcus have a grappling hook?
I would assume in your ship you have some sort of grappling hook for EVA suit.
I would imagine. Yeah.
So someone's going to need to control that.
It'd be a way of tethering into the ship.
Someone's going to need to control that from the inside. Someone with abilities and skills or strength, one or the other. Some sort of strength.
I mean,
Good stamina or good machinery, either way.
That sounds like a job for Mr. Rod. Maybe. Is the other roughneck?
Absolutely, discuss it amongst yourselves.
Oh no, Marcus would order him.
Oh, you're ordering? Okay.
Be like, we need you to work the grappling hook while he's going out to do this.
No, into the ship, don't hear you.
And the problem is sounds throughout the entire ship. You can hear me. You can choose to ignore me, but...
Alright, I'm just gonna slowly trudge his way down there.
I really need to meet this guy now. Right, so yeah, we'll be helping Lister into his EVA suit.
Yep, Ness is doing the same thing. She's
Checking the joints,
checking the joints, making it sealed. She's okay, and she gives
Oh,
the
I'm not gonna move down there.
gives the checker one blow.
Sorry. I forgot to mute myself. No, I can't move my token, so...
No, you can't. That's all good. I'll move you where you need to be, roughly. It's just an idea of where we are in the ship anyway. It's not overly important.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact, just which space you're in. So with that, Gavin, you get all suited up. It takes you 10 to 15 minutes, and you have assistance from the others around you checking everything. The suit itself has a HUD inside its helmet, and as soon as you've got the suit on, the captain flicks the power supply onto the back of the suit. Thankfully, all the battery packs in the suits are looking good. It says you've got full air supply.
Now
And
remember, don't breathe too heavy. You'll burn through your oxygen. Just take it easy. He's got to get to the umbilical controls and connect to the ship. 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, routine. Done it before. It's fine.
all right. Logan, you've got the grappling hook in hand. It's connected to the side of the outer hatch, and it's on a hinge. If need be, you can move it around, and it's automatic control, like push button. You can release and retract and extend and yada yada the cord that is hitched to. Of course, anyone in this airlock chamber, the airlock's going to close around this space and going to open around this space. So basically, it'll just be...
Leave him in there.
It'll just have to be Gavin and Logan in that space.
Yeah.
And I will get both of you. First things first, I guess. I need an agility roll from Gavin. Agility, mobility. And from Logan, I will need your strength, heavy machinery, I would say. And obviously, guys, if I say something and you think you'd do a better roll on something else that suits, absolutely let me know.
No successes.
Perfect.
No failures either. So.
Yeah, I've got nothing either. No sixes, or was it puns?
Nice. So remembering, you can push a roll. If you choose to push a roll, you instantly gain a stress, but that means you can roll again. You can also keep any successes you already may have had and still push a roll, still gaining a stress, but you get to roll any missed chances. If you don't wish to push a roll, that's fine. We have a few episodes to go. You don't want to get your stress too high. Stress can be alleviated by downtime and medicines as well, and other people's, depending on them. So anyone wishes to push a roll, just let me know. Otherwise, no successes. So what that means is, Gavin, the door opens and you stand...
And you float away.
unsure-footed at the doorway. Logan, you're already on the machinery, but he ain't stepping out. The door's closed in the airlock, and you've got everyone else standing there waiting for you to do something. 2 minutes goes by. Nothing.
Lister, what are you doing? You're moving.
Yeah, just... Alright. I got this. And he sort of, like, is trying to psych himself up. I have this. Oh. Yep.
The ship shudders as a piece of debris hits it, and you're just knocked off the precipice of the doorway, the edge, the very step, as you just now float out into space. But you're connected to the grappling hook. I'm trying to think of the proper name for it, but yeah, the hook and tether. So you're now at Logan's beck and call, basically. You can sort of guide yourself roughly. There is heavy equipment heading your way. LaTroy, you, depending on where you position yourself, if you're in the cockpit, you can actually see on viewfinder and talk through seat radios to sort of give them direction. If you would like, if you roll a wits observation, you can help guide Gavin on his descent. It's not really a descent, it's an croissant. A croissant? So yeah, if you just wanted to give us that wits observation to aid him, or you can say, no, I don't want to aid him, fuck him.
I just muted you, Dill. You were making lots of noise.
Oh yeah, unmute, mate.
Yeah, I just unmuted it. I muted you on because it was making lots of noise.
Oh, I got one success.
One success. So that, Gavin, not very sure-footed, you've stepped out, or at least been knocked slightly off the edge. You float. Logan is sort of releasing the tether further and further as you're getting closer to the other ship. A piece of space junk comes by, and Marine, what do you say to him to avoid, well, at least get him to avoid the space junk?
Watch it on your right.
You can reply on your comms.
So Lister does that thing that people who don't know their left from their right do, where they put their hands out. He's like,
I know two people that do that.
All right, Lister. Agility, mobility.
oh, fuck.
I will say you get a +1, so you can add an extra black dice to your pool since you got guidance from the Marine, from the Troy.
One success.
That's all you needed. As he says, as you hear Private Steely, as you hear him say over the radio, to your right, you look, and this big box, you put your hands up in front of yourself, right as this big box comes floating your way. It's rusted steel chunk of the corner of a box, and you sort of, as it just slides past, it would have been definitely a strain on poor old Logan trying to hold it back as it hit you, if it hit you, which it didn't. Logan, you need to give me another strength heavy machinery check, please, and I'll check that at the same time.
So I got one success and one, and I got a 1 on stress.
So 1 success, 1, and a 1 on stress. Stress is the one that counts here. Stress means you panic a bit. So success means you succeed. So you've succeeded, and you've got this tether. You're winding it back. You need to make a panic roll because that's what the yellow dice means. So you have succeeded, but you succeeded and you've seen that box come in and you're like, oh shit, and you've turned yourself trying to wind. Yeah, and you can explain to me how you panic, but I'll just go to the panic table. You just roll a standard D6.
5.
Oh, I tell a lie. It's a... Oh, only 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't tell me what dice to roll, but it's a 15 plus. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So It's your panic level and your d6. Yeah, so give me 2d6 and then add your amount of stress, so it's +1 because you've got 1 stress dice, don't you?
Yeah. So that's a 5, a 1, and 1 stress.
A 5 or 1, that's a 6 and 1 stress. So you have a nervous twitch. Your stress level and the level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. So as you do this, short range too, so it's only you and Gavin, that's it. So you and Gavin both go up a stress level. So add another stress dice to your pool. And I'll
send you a DM, mother.
Yep, I've got a couple there at the moment. I'll get to them very shortly. What I will say is, you guys, Gavin, you look back and you can see Logan as he's sort of, I wouldn't say struggling, but he's kind of looking through the helmet, looking a bit. It's a nervous twitch of the eyes, I would imagine, through the helmet. He looks like he's trying his best, but it's kind of getting the better of him. But you still feel under control. There's a little bit of stress going on. I will say, Dill, can you give me a roll? Comtech, please.
Yep.
So that's what's Comtech?
Yep. Nothing all across the board.
Okay. That's all good. You just hang out in the cockpit for a bit. As Marcus, you head back in. What did you say you were trying to do? You sent me a DM, that's right. I'll let you guys do some little chatting there. Ness is still around if you need her to do anything. I'll just read the DMs.
Yeah, basically Marcus is just going through systems, double-checking, triple-checking stuff to make sure that we are okay to dock. Once the umbilical is extended, to make sure that we have enough power to be able to attach and re-establish life support and the rest of it.
Right, easy enough done. Sending that message, it's months away, so messaging isn't instantaneous like it is on the old cell phones. It's going to take a little bit for you to receive a reply, and you realise that. Yeah. Cool. With that, Lister, you now get to the edge of the space station, Rice Station, the landing zone. You're able to touch the wall, and there's a couple of big switches coming up. Logan, as you release, you can see the tether is getting to its limit. Pilot, you're going to have to back the ship up a little more.
Once I'm being told that, that's exactly what.
Sorry, Logan, actually, he's not going to have enough reach. Lister's not going to have enough reach.
Well, pilot, we're almost stretched out as much as we can. Can you bring it back a bit more? Sorry, I forgot your name, so I'm just going to say pilot.
Last name Kane.
Marcus or Kane, either way, the answer's to both.
Oh, whether I forgot or he forgot doesn't really matter.
Either way, it's all good. Roger up. Just give me a countdown. Let me know how much you want, and he'll start just slowly using forward thrusters to start the drift backwards.
So as you start to drift backwards, give me that piloting roll.
And just one success.
One success is all you need as you move the ship back. Now, thankfully the thrusters and the engines are low side, and you're moving back, so you don't have to engage these big suckers, but you've got some thrusters underneath the ship that are, and I say thrusters loosely, it's almost like air and steam, and you're on minimal power, and as you do this, you can see the on-screen monitors showing the power flicking red very low, but the ship moves back enough. Logan, give me one more strength. Logan, give me one more strength heavy machinery, and Lister, you're going to have to flip those switches, so I'm going to be the same from you.
Strength heavy machinery. So it's the base dice and then the one stress dice.
Yep, base dice and a stress dice.
I've got nothing high, nothing low on any of them.
So for you, you're just basically it's not a success, but it's not a critical fail either. So you're struggling, but you're not doing anything wrong.
I got 2 successes on the base dice, nothing on anything else.
That's good. So Logan, he's just slowly edging you over, and you manage to get to these large metal switches. Grab the first one, lock it into place, and you see a tethering arm go out and grip to the part of the ship it's meant to. It's not instantaneous, it's very slow and laboured. Then you grab the second switch, and all of you inside the ship now feel as the ship is gripped, and then you see the umbilical head towards the rear door. I will say, for brevity, wheeling you back in, you're quicker than the umbilical, or you can detach yourself there and hook yourself to the bay door and wait till they come across on the umbilical. Your choice.
I think I'll hook myself to the bay door and wait for them to come in. In this instance, he's like muttering to himself about Logan being he's like, fucking losing your confidence now. He's so full of shit all the time. He fucking nearly got me killed, and that fucking captain of his shitty fucking ship.
Give me while you're there.
He doesn't realise that the comms don't switch on and off in the
helmet.
Yeah, so it's just always on.
Oh shit! Give me a wits observation while you're out there, Mr. Lister, because you're now in the space station.
Wits observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
You're right on the 2-hour mark too.
Oh
yeah, that's all right. We're about to.
Shit! That rolled all on its own. Apologies. I got that out of the way. 1 success, nothing on anything else.
Nice. So while you're waiting, you see the umbilical reach out. You see the, for lack of a better term, the auto anchors holding onto the Avaria. You're looking at the loading bays around here. There's no docked ships. You're the only, about to be docked ship. Everything else is empty. There's some port doors or airlock doors where each shuttle would arrive, and there's some big scratches on the outside of one of those doors, and one of them's even dented intensely. Some ship must have hit that hard. Now, Nessa said this was a fairly new build, but looking around, you see a lot of rust. You see like broken pipes above you. You see leaking, what could be oil maybe, or water. Even the shutter bay, like normally when a bay's not been used, and you would know because you're a roughneck, when a bay's not been used, normally the shutters are down and they try and keep atmosphere in. Once the umbilical reaches the Avaria, you're actually going to have to get in to where they're going to, because the umbilical leads within the next bay, which is normally a holding zone. So you have to find a door to the holding zone and actually go through another airlock to meet with them, because you can't get into the umbilical now, letting it go across. And as you do that, as you look around seeing this go on, there's an airlock nearby, so it should happen, with a window. And you see movement beyond that window. Something is inside. It moves. The window's probably, I guess, standard, you could say 600 by 600 mil. And it's a shadow of something moves across the window. Someone's alive in there. And with that, we'll end today's session, ready for what we can do next time with the umbilical landing. Thank you, everybody. It was a good first run.
Thank you very much, Mother. Our mother for this evening, Baz, aka Baz.
That's me. I'm Baz, aka Baz.
Thank you very much. Another a great story. Awesome. Thank you, players, for joining us this evening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks to Session 2 of Avaria-The Absence, Alien TTRPG. As we've been said before, this is new for some of us. Some of us have played before. I've played once or twice. Baz has story told or mothered for us at least a couple of times.
Still a little rusty, but we'll get used to it.
It is a slightly different system, not we're used to, but it's a lot of fun. We're getting into the nitty gritty things now. Things are starting to look a bit hairy for our crew. But thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I appreciate it very, very much. And as I said, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Same place, same time for Session 2. And the Saturday, we'll be back to Land of the Lost too, hopefully. So that's in a couple of weeks. My surgery has been postponed another week, so it's now the 21st of July. So that may screw with a few schedules here and there, but we'll see. We'll let you know when that happens and how I'm feeling, so hopefully it won't be too much. I should still be able to play. Without any further ado, we're going to say good evening. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.